live. Mexico week is kicking off with a bang because, believe it or not, somehow all of our leagues have managed to synchronize, or almost all of our leagues have managed to synchronize running Mexico the same week. So we've got a lot of racing here at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, but that doesn't mean it's going to dilute the racing product. Welcome to International Paddock Simtech F2. My name is Kacper, happy to be along with you as always. I'm here with... I was going to say racing extraordinaire, but I did that last time. I don't quite know what to call him, but it's Cal.
Hello there, good to be back again, and let's hope for some lovely action here this evening.
Well, it is one-shot qualifying, of course, for those of you that aren't fully aware. We're looking on with Shaggy, the Stoke man. I was going to try and illustrate something, but I couldn't quite. Madden's gone board with the VAR machine, the big orange thing, all the way massive run down towards turn one. Here's where all the cars are going to jumble up a little bit. Coming into turn one, you can see all the positions changing, because again, one shot, this is the one lap that the drivers have got to sort of nail that lap and then go up from there. Into four, left-hander, and then the right. After that second DRS zone, short run up to the hairpin at turn 6, double apex. Of course, amended by, I was going to call him late great, but he's not late or great. The track designer that is Herman Tilke, best known for tracks like Shanghai. Through the S's here. Final DRS zone and down towards the Forest-Sol, the massive baseball stadium that, well, is engulfed by this racing circuit. Nicely done. Shaggy 6 at the moment. Ed looks to be taking feature pole position. Mitch, maybe for the sprint race. We'll see. Round the Pelotada we go. Ed takes pole position. Who's going to be in 10th? It's going to be Maxi. For the championship leading AIX cars are going to be taking sprint pole. Of course, top 10 is inverted for the sprint race for an extra little tidbit of context. As well, Shaggy finishes in 5th place, cracking result for him. Ed takes pole position here in Mexico for round 11 of 15. You've got the qualifying results on your screen now. Don't go anywhere, we've got an ad break. And for those of you that don't have an ad break, here's the full not championship, the qualifying results. Ed ahead of Sainty, ahead of Alex. 1, 2, 3. Small girl up there as well. Shaggy, we were on board with his lap in 5th place. Stevie, Lay Off My Salt, Mitch, Rickster and Maxi at top 10. Of course, all of that is going to be inverted. Bish just misses out as well. 14 laps of a sprint race coming your way. That's going to be good.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Maxi qualified 10th last time out as well. So, yeah, I don't know if that's trying to get sprint pole.
That strangely sounds... That sounds about right, but I don't think he's actively sort of trying. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't normally actively try for...
yeah, I mean, it would be pretty skillful to actively get 10th if you're trying to get 10th. But
yeah, 8th, 9th, 10th or something like that. Because, I mean, it's difficult because you've got to try and manage where you are in sort of the positions and everything. It's really difficult to do. So I don't imagine drivers are actively trying. As welcome back those that have had ads. And well, perfect timing. We're getting ready for a sprint race. Talk to me about overtaking around here, because well, we've not had the opportunity to quite yet. Where's your big spots here?
Obviously, the massive straight down to turn 1 is a big one. Some drivers may wait for the DRS zone between turns 3 and 4 to make the move. So yeah, the big two would be into turn 1 and into turn 4. Maybe into the left, no, not the left, the right-hander before the stadium. I think there's a short wee DRS zone there as well. So you might
Yes,
see
there
one or
is.
two overtakes there, but yeah, top two definitely turns 1 and turn 4.
Of course, also worth mentioning that Maxi currently leads the championship by 61 points from Shaggy, then Mitch a further 30 points, well, pretty much 30 points behind. So it is at the moment Maxi's to lose here. So it doesn't seem like he's going for it intentionally, because he's picked up 3 race wins, I think, as well. As we're lining up on the grid, 20 drivers, and it's a big old run down towards turn 1. Obi in the Invictus saying, "I'm now washed. I have no setup, no practice. I am cooked." I quote his own words in the chat, not mine. So please do not come at me, because he said that himself, I promise. A couple of people in the mid-pack who we'd normally see further up front. A couple up front who we'd normally see a little bit further back. This is going to be a really enticing sprint race. 14 laps, no pit stop, balls to the wall. Who is ready? All the cars do seem to be lined up. There we go. We're loading in now. 14 laps again. All the lights on ahead of all 20. And a moment of silence before the cars start turning away from the grid. A poor start for Rickster. He's dropping positions and trying to block off other cars as Maxi takes the lead down towards turn 1, straight from pole position. Mitch trying to fight it. It's 2-3 wide. A little bit further back, maybe even 4. A little further back. Still Lay Off My Soul going for it. So does Stevie! Down into turn 1. No one really saw that coming. Didn't put work. And now he's had a spin! Contact as well, with, I think that seems to be Rickster, I think. Yeah, Rickster, 10 seconds penalty for a severe collision with Stevie Mack. Ed's had a bit of a spin as well, so a poor lap 1 for him, as there's a lot of changes of position, bit of a spin as well for TTRL Tiger, for the constructors leading AIX cars, as these guys are still coming through the hairpin. Let's go on board with Lay Off My Soul in a little bit of a battle for 11th place. Of course, only top 8 get points here in the sprint race.
Yeah, a little bit of an instant from Ed Thurston, and that's why he is down in the last position. Change in P16 there. Rickster getting ahead of Apollos as well there.
Salt ahead of Shin Pad into the Forest Sol, not quite close enough. Into there they stay, 11th and 10th respectively, braking for the first gear hairpin. Tighter line from the Campos, careful for the AIX car behind, because he's going to be absolutely charging after it. I was trying to figure out what to say after, but that did not quite work. On board with Shaggy as they barrel down towards turn 1. No move into that first corner. Normally you would see one there, but it's side by side. Nick Fury try and make the move on Bish, could not pull that off. Lay Off My Salt did manage one on the Trident of Shin Pad. That's a change for 10th and 11th, of course. Worth mentioning, that's not worth any points at all. If this was a feature race, yes, but it isn't the feature race, it's the sprint race. So it doesn't work in terms of points at all. Nick Fury wide into turn 5 and through 6. Something's happened to Mike Wallace. He's dropped down all the way to the bottom of the field. Bit of a spin, but he's back underway as we're coming through in the middle of this second lap. Here as Tiger and Wesley go side by side. In the middle of the S's here, Tiger picks up 12th position, back up off of Wesley, who lost that position. Is side by side and a spin for Sainty. Not often that we see Sainty nowadays, but he's back and he better than ever. I'm not sure if that's quite the right word, but it's side by side for second place. It's Maxi and Shaggy, and both of these are going to have DRS here, so it's going to be interesting to see who's going to have the advantage down towards the turn 1 chicane. Shaggy goes back into the slipstream. Does he have DRS? No, he doesn't. Maxi doesn't have DRS. I thought he would have done. DRS is enabled only now, and Alex is looking for a move on all two of them. Into turn 1. Great move for the Campos, and Shaggy and Maxi are now fighting for third, and Maxi keeps the position.
Yep, great battling out here, and Maxi's going to try and come back if he possibly can do so into turn 4, but it's not quite that space there. And Maxi having to back out, battle for P9 and for 7 as well.
Oh, plenty going on still, sort of in the mid-pack as well. Remember, top 8 get points, so Lay Off My Salt and Bish are in a points fight at the moment. Of course, plenty of stuff can change. There's an outrageous move going from Sainty, trying to move on Small Girl into 5th place. That was never going to work, a little too far away. Into turn 7 as they ride their way through the S section here. A massive train from 5th all the way down to 10th as they enter the 3rd sector here in Mexico.
Yep, Alex under pressure from Maxi still. Min and Bean having nearly a 2-second lead as we're about to start lap number 4. But I think Alex is going to be coming under some pressure here down the pit straight.
Well, let's have a look, see what happens. Maxi in the AX car in a bit of an orange sandwich here. Campos in front, VAR behind. The Dutch car is in a bit of a problem. The AIX does take second place. Does Shaggy fight for second as well? He's going to give it a good go. Tries to stick his nose in. Thinks better of it though. And Maxi takes second place after starting on sprint pole position. Traction though for Shaggy. Opportunity into turn 4, but I think that problem on traction will have just lost it, or has it. Down into turn 4, he's taking a tighter line. He's giving it a good go. Maxi forced to take a much wider line than he ordinarily would have wanted to. Side by side through 5 and into 6. Maxi gives it up. Great move for Shaggy.
Yeah, it was indeed Bish 92 also making moves as well. They are now ahead of Weymouth and Stevie Mac side by side for P12 as well. They make the move on Shinpad, who settles in for P13.
I thought Stevie lost a bit of his front wing there, thankfully. That wasn't the case. But anyway, right, looking on with 8th place. 1 point as it stands at the moment. Here's your position changes. Nick Fury, credit to him, up 14. We haven't actually mentioned him all that much as we're starting 10 to go here. Nick Fury up 14 positions off of the back of the grid, up now into 6th place and absolutely charging down the rest of the field. Seems to be very at home on that soft set of tyres. Ed makes a position for 15th. We've got a change for second place and Maxi re-overtakes Shaggy. Does Alex make a move as well? Not into turn 1, not this time.
Yep, P7 are battling as well. Lay Off My Salt overtakes Small Girl in that battle.
On board with the Campos, he's making the move now down towards turn 4. It's side by side once again into the left-hander. It's pretty much 90 degrees into there, and Alex has made that move up the inside. Pretty standard up into there, but it's still a position gain nonetheless at the moment, puts him on the podium.
I think Alex may have front wing end plate damage, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Indeed he does.
Look, there's no end plate on, I think, the right-hand side of the car there.
Indeed. Yeah, no right-hand front wing end plate, so that is going to... That, ordinarily, it would hurt, but it's around here, it's not quite as bad, I don't think. I mean, I don't know if maybe you've experienced something else, but from what I know, it's not all that much of a problem, I suppose. Probably the best way to put it. We're on board with Shaggy, trying to catch double DRS here from both Alex and Maxi. Does Alex make the move into turn 1? He does have that damage, he does need to bear that in mind, and he does, and we're right on board to get a good view of it. Maxi forced wide, side by side now with Shaggy. That's not how he envisioned this first complex of corners to go, and now he needs to be careful for Sainty also, as there's a little bit of contact between VAR and AIX. as TRI tries to make a move up the inside into turn 4. Does he? Yes, he does. Sainty up to 4th place.
He is indeed. There's also a battle going on a bit further back. I think it's P13 and behind. They've got a few cars in that group, and it's side by side. Rickster on Shinpad there, as Shinpad loses 2 positions.
Almost 3 wide between 4 and 5. That is very, very brave. All things considered, nicely done by the drivers to actually keep it out of the wall and out of the grass as well. Credit to them, as we're not far from halfway here to kick off the first race of Mexico week.
Yeah, a few time penalties starting to kick in, and as I say that, another one comes in as well. So yeah, a few drivers making a few escapades off the circuit.
Everybody that you can see with a penalty sign on the left-hand side of your screen has got some sort of penalty. That will be 3 seconds added to the time at the end of the race. For them, unfortunately, you can't serve them mid-race. Not like you'd want to in a sprint race, I admit, but still, even in a normal race, it's not served. It's side by side as Maxi and Sainty have it out. Sainty outside through 2, inside through 3. A little bit of contact as well as Nick Fury and lay off my Salt go side by side. Salt hits the wall. Don't quite know if that was traction or contacts, but he went off and basically hit the sideways wall front on.
Yeah, it looked very sudden. Yeah, I don't know either if that was contact or not. But there's a change for the... Well, there was briefly a change for the lead.
It's still there. Mitch still leads at the moment. As Alex in second. But this fight for first place is much closer than it was a couple of laps ago. A couple of laps ago, it was about a second and a half difference between first and second. It's now down to half of a singular second. So it's looking pretty tasty.
Yeah, the top 5 all within half a second of each other, really. So, yeah, a lot of potential for some double or even some triple slipstreams.
Well, this is going to be a really interesting run down towards turn 1. It's a big old run down towards turn 1, possibly one of the longest full throttle sections behind Baku. On the calendar, Mitch weaving a little bit to try and break up that DRS early. Sainty making a move on Shaggy. Alex making a move on Mitch. It's 2x2 like Noah's Ark into turn 1, but Sainty up a spot. Alex up a spot as well into turn 1. They go through 3, down towards turn 4. Another opportunity here to make up positions, but are they going to be making any? Sainty looking at Mitch thinking this is a possibility, and he does. Makes a dive. Mitch has to take a slightly deeper line, but he manages to keep 3rd place from 1st all the way down to 3rd. A little bit of a fall from grace, if you were.
Yeah, some lovely battles going on at the moment. Another penalty there. So yeah, the 3rd sector, well, 2nd sector actually, not the 3rd sector, seems to be the most heavy culprit, I would suggest.
That sounds about right. I mean, it's S's, it's flat. There's a lot of runoff as well. To hit track limits, it is pretty inviting, and I know that slightly from personal experience. So there is that. Sainty's lost about half a second to
he made a mistake
Mitch.
through the stadium section there.
Yeah, that didn't look all too hot, so we could be seeing a change for 2nd place, but 1st place is probably going to stay as is. On board with Shaggy. See how fast he goes down towards turn 1. Mitch hugging that inside line to try and prevent a move. 189, 190, 191, 192, 193 for a brief moment as there's a change in lead, as well as Sainty takes the lead for the first time in this race, and I think for the first time in a good while, as well, as we come out of turn 3 down towards turn 4. Mitch, Shaggy could be seeing a move as well here for 3rd place. Maybe Maxi makes a move on Shaggy. No, not quite, not close enough really into there, but the top 5 still as close as is.
Oh, spin there. That was
Shaggy. Unfortunately, I think he had a great opportunity for a win here.
Yeah,
shame that he couldn't capitalise on it.
Yeah, it's obviously that chance has gone now, at least for the sprint race. But yeah, it's interesting I just noticed there the double DRS zone down the pit straight and then down straight towards turn 4. It's the same detection zone all the way back just after the stadium. So yeah, Sainty last lap was able to use that to slightly defend into turn 4, but now going to be under pressure from Alex this lap.
And well, 6/10 closing it down on here is pretty doable, but it does highly depend on a large variety of factors. He's closing pretty heavily. Needs to outbrake Sainty as well, and Sainty is very good in his own terms. Of course, I believe Season 1 F1 champion. So he does need to sort of pull up his bootstraps, because Alex will not give this fight up unless he has to. Shaggy up to 8th as we're now on 5 to go here.
Yeah, 5 laps to go. Change in position for P10 as Ensers gets ahead of Tiger for P10. As you alluded to earlier, not quite points for the sprint race is P10.
Ed still, I think, has made up a couple of positions, I think. No, he started in 10th, didn't he? Yeah, because he started on pole position for the feature race. So yeah, he's up. Well, he's up none, down none, because he is level. Why did I say level? Why did I say it like that? Why do accents?
I mean,
anyway.
Only you know, I think.
There's some things that I do not know, believe me. On board with Maxi, does he close up? He's not really closing up to the guys that are in front at the moment. So no change for 4th place. Let's take a look at a couple battles a little further down. 2 Invictors ahead of TTRL Tiger, of course. Tiger, part of the AIX Championship. Well, constructors winning, well, leading team at the moment. Maxi picking up a couple of points for them at the moment, so they'll definitely keep their lead. As there's a change in first place, Sainty has had a bit of a problem. He's lost a lot of positions there.
Yeah, down to 4th. Didn't quite catch what happened there. But has obviously lost some time, which is not ideal at all from his perspective.
George picks up 3 seconds of track limits. George, for those of you that aren't aware, is Shinpad, if you've not known about that name change. As we're about to hit 3 to go here in Simtech F2 Round 11, first of 5 to round off the season after the Christmas break. And don't forget, the F2 is happening right here on a Thursday, and I do believe there's still one more sprint weekend a little bit later in the season, so keep an eye out for that. Meanwhile, on board with Maxi as he charges down towards turn 1.
Yeah, it's going to be side by side, and then goes for it, but is he going to stick the move? He is indeed, and Minamine takes the lead here at the Mexican sprint race.
Oh, and Maxi, great driving. He's side by side as Alex is trying to push him all the way to the outside line and onto the grass even. That was a little bit questionable. He keeps 2nd place, but I don't know. That might be looked at. I don't think that was given enough space.
Yep, a certain quote from Mr. Alonso came into my mind there, as it is side by side. A bit further back, P15 and 16 switching positions. Stevie Mac completes the move into turn 4 there. Oh, but hits the car of, I believe that's Salt.
Yeah, a little bit of contact as well. Lay off my soul. Is it still side by side up towards turn 6? This is for 15th place. This isn't even worth for points. This is just for the sake of having a fight, which is brilliant. Side by side into 7. You're not going to run side by side without contact into there, and that's exactly what happens. Stevie Mac goes spinning into the grass here. Careful for Bakey. He's right there. Oh, stays out of the way, thankfully.
Yeah. And on we go to the penultimate lap now, and Minamine's going to be under some real pressure. He tries to break the toe behind, but I don't know, is it going to be of any use?
He's got to be careful not to be seen breaking, as weaving as such in terms of breaking the toe. Mitch keeps it, but Sainty dives down the inside into third place for the moment. And could he be making a late minute charge for the win here? Ed up to 11th place, but that doesn't particularly matter all too much because Sainty's looking at Alex and he's thinking this is a mine for the taking. Oh, he's trying the outside of 5 here. Switchback, not quite on the cards yet.
Yeah, I would suggest that being first into the stadium might not be the most ideal position to be in, because if it was me in there in that group, I'd be wanting the DRS for sure.
Oh, we'll see what happens. This is going to be the final time that they run through. Shaggy retires from the race. Possibly some contacts is through the S's. No safety car is going to come out because, well, the safety car never comes out for the last 2 laps of the race. And yellow's out as well. That'll be for, I think that's Stevie, who's lost control of his car through turn 6. Meanwhile, Maxi making a move around the outside of the Peraltada. Hello! That came out of nowhere. It's now side by side with those pet. That's given Alex free reign basically at Mitch as he tries to again break the toe, forces Alex on the outside line. Can he outbrake the MP car? Yes, he can. He's got the inside for turn 2, but can he hold it? Ooh, outside of 3, he's held it for now, but now they're charging up towards turn 4 for the final time in this sprint race, because of course, don't forget, there's still 20 laps of a feature race to go. Meanwhile, side by side with the 2 owners, Mitch and Sainty, side by side. Actually, I don't think Sainty is an owner anymore. I don't want to be too sure, but you know, I don't know if he is or not. Sainty picks up 2nd place though. Anyway, Maxi up to 3rd as they peel into turn 7 for the final time.
Yeah, I said that being first into the stadium wouldn't be ideal, and being down to 4th and out of the podium at the moment.
Yeah, that is not great. He was running so well for the entirety of this race as well. Bish picks up 3 seconds for track limits. That could put him out of the points. Depends on the penalty. Rickster picks up 10 seconds for penalty with a lay off my soul. It's still contact in the stadium section, but Alex comes out and wins another one. He wins the sprint here at Mexico City and starts off the year with a win. Alex takes the victory. Sainty 2nd, Maxi in 3rd place. Mitch, after running so well for, well, most of the race, is down in 4th place. Small Girl, Bish, Ed and Nick Fury round out the points for the sprint race.
Yeah, I think it was Rickson and Salt had a bit of a coming together through, well, out of turn 5 into turn 6. And they were on the grass in a place I wouldn't really expect a Formula 1 car to find. Well, not a Formula 1, a Formula 2 car, sorry, to find itself. But anyway, they've managed to come across the line, and they'll have the feature race to try and get themselves up the order a little bit.
So just waiting for Becca to cross the line. Becca, she's in last place as it stands, and she will finish in last place. She's coming around. Oh, she's had a puncture. That is unfortunate. Front left though, so it's not too bad. Just pick that up on the final lap. That is really bad luck. That is really unfortunate luck. But she's crossed the line. She's made it. She's finished. Unlike Shaggy, so you know, she technically didn't finish last. Sainty, sprint driver, according to the game. Oh Christ! Well, I mean that's been that was a pretty good sprint race. A lot of stuff going on in just 14 laps, which, if you're liking that. There's another race where we've got another 6 laps. Add in a little bit of strategy. I think this could be a race worth watching at the very least. So you know, Alex does take the win, and not for the first time. As there you go, we'll actually put the sprint race results on your screen. Sainty picks up fastest lap, gets the extra point for that. Maxi in third place as well. AIX pick up a few extra points in the race for that constructors teams championship. I don't quite know what it's called in F2. But there's that. A lot of drivers making their way up from, you know, double-digit positions into the points. So this could be an interesting feature race. 20 laps, don't go anywhere.
Yeah, I was just looking there. In that sprint race, nobody did a pit stop. So that was, I suppose, a good thing on that front, because nobody had any scheduled pit stops and nobody was forced to come in. So that's always good to see.
That is always good to see. Have I got anything in there? Sorry, I'm checking my bottle to see if I've actually got anything in here, but I don't think I have. I'm gonna quickly go fill up. Can I leave you to entertain the masses?
I will try my very best. And
right, I'll be back in a minute.
so, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go on race director and see if there's anyone doing any differing strategies to the rest of the field, and that one person is Weymouth at the moment. They have selected the soft, I believe the red wall soft, whereas everyone else at the moment is on the purple walled super soft tyre. So that's a little bit of, I suppose, quirkiness. I don't know if that's the right use of the word quirky, but anyway, yeah, it's looking to be a dry race, but I don't know. I don't know if Mexico ever gets rainy, but yeah, obviously it's got the sort of high altitude, but I don't really know if that's, well, I don't think it's really reflected in the game. Because I think in real life, at least, they have to sort of do Monaco style downforce setups. But in actual fact, the aerodynamics kind of like, well, it's like Monza levels of, is it drag? I think it's drag. Yeah, because of the thinner air at higher altitude. There's a bit of air physics, I guess, really. We'll now be able to see starting tyres, and I alluded that Weymouth had selected the soft, the Redwald soft. Stevie Mack and Nick Furyman have done the same. So they, those three are on the Redwald soft tyres to start with, as Rixta has been naughty, as well as Shinpad has been naughty, and they've got himself disqualified from the formation lap. And watch out for some cold tyres there.
Have you been entertaining the masses?
I have indeed. I'm sure everyone can agree.
I'm sure they can. Oh. Wow. Damn it, I should have stayed because we're in the middle of an ad break. Gorgeous. Alright. That's not fun. And it's only going to end in a minute 10 as well. I don't know. Don't think the drivers... maybe. Tyres on your screen. Mostly super soft. A couple of just soft runners at the moment. So expect a flurry of pit stops early in the race. Rickster and Shinpad disqualified from the formation lap, as all the cars are just lining up to see Well, to see where they're going to start. I mean, we know where they're going to start, let's be honest. But what's happened there? Is that Sainty? What is he doing? God, it's like that Red Bull rookies clip at her F. If you know, you know. Let's put it that way. If you don't, look it up. It's hilarious. Right. Well, 20 laps coming your way. Lights are coming on. And there's 20 drivers wanting to prove their worth. And we're underway once again. It looks to be a pretty good start there from Mitch a little further back. Meanwhile, Ed has got a monster start. He leads the pack. Alex second. Sainty in third. They're side by side. Shaggy looking for a move as well. Mitch up a couple of positions. Sainty in second, but Ed takes the lead. Nobody's really fighting for that first place. Second place, yes, and it's side by side with Sainty and Alex. Sainty loses second place to the Campos, though it's still too wide. A little further back. I think that was Wesley and Rickster in the Downs and the ART. There's a contact a lot further back into the grass they go. I think that was Tiger and Nick Fury, maybe? Is it still too wide coming through turns 6 here as Stevie gains a position on Maxi, but goodness me, what was that?
Yeah, Weymouth also found the wall there and is without a front wing, so expect them into the pits at the end of this lap.
Well, they're going to have to pit twice because, of course, they're on the full soft tyre. Not the super soft. As there's
from Maxi.
Deep goes Small Girl. And Lay Off My Salt has had a bit of a spin in as well, so a lot happening on this first lap already. And there's still 20 more to come. Thankfully, no puncture for Lay Off My Salt as he's fighting Obi for last place. But of course, again, worth remembering, Obi does not have a front wing at all at this point in time. Meanwhile, Ed leads the pack off the pole position from Alex, from Shaggy, from Sainty, from Mitch. Your top 5. Sainty looking for a move on. Shaggy once again down into turn 1.
Yep, lots of moves. Further behind, Wesley gets ahead of Bish as well for P7. Side by side. Oh, it's going to be a spin from Geldy into turn 2. That's going to put them down the order.
Nick Fury in the pits as well. Popping on, I think, the full soft tyre, sorry, quite early on. By the way, super soft is the purple rim, the standard / full soft is the red rim tyre. Those are the two sets used here in Mexico. Down towards the stadium we go once again. 1.1 seconds is the gap in the lead. Meanwhile, let's look at this sort of mid-pack that has developed. Wesley leads it. Bish in 8th. Behind then come the 2 ART cars of ooh, pardon me, of Bakey and Rickster, and then Maxi behind as well. The DRS is enabled now as well. Sainty 1:26.1, your fastest lap. At this early stage in the race. There's still 18 more laps to go, so we'll be seeing that drop more than likely over the coming laps. Meanwhile, Bish closing in on Wesley. Does he go for a move? No, still a little bit too far away for that one, so we stay in 7th and 8th place. Small Girl up to 14th though.
Yeah,
Becca seems...
There's not going to be any DRS down these couple of straights. That's because the detection zone is before the start-finish line. So that's why there's not going to be any DRS until the middle of the sector and into the stadium section.
Yeah, the niggly little sector, niggly little straight even, sort of just in front of the stadium as Obi retires from the session. Early on said that I'm just guessing my setup car was awful, and again I quote his words. So unfortunate to see, but I will have someone in chat at least. By the way, if you are intrigued at some of the other stuff that we do as part of International Paddock, do check us out on YouTube. We put full race replays out on there once they disappear off Twitch. We do also have socials, International Paddock, International_Paddock on Instagram, International Pad, PADD on TikTok, and int_Paddock on Twitter/X. Sainty up to second.
Yeah, a nice DRS move there from Sainty, and up to P2 now. The gap to the lead now, 1.7 seconds, so Edster's got some pretty good pace in these opening laps so far.
Could be a change for 5th place. Yeah, Stevie, holding the outside through turn 5 and picking up that position. Leading High Tech at the moment. The other High Tech, well, he's in 19th place after after a very, very early pit stop. Not strategic, so must have picked up some form of damage.
Yeah, I'll see a few incidents already in the first couple of laps. So yeah, I'll say not ideal to have already made a pit stop there. I'll say a little bit longer to make a pit stop in these F2 cars.
Yeah. Nick Fury picks up 3 seconds for track limits. Meanwhile, we're on board with Rickster, the second of the 2 ART cars. Ahead of him is Bakey and then Bish a little further ahead. Should be working together, one would hope, because they've got Maxi in the background waiting to pounce. Through goes Bakey, through goes Rickster. Does Maxi do that as well? It's 3 wide. Maxi trying to pick up 9th place as well off of the ART car, and it's not worked. A little bit of contact. Round he goes, now he's behind his teammate.
Yeah, that move not coming off there, and down to P12 for Maxi now, and yeah, we'll see. I thought there was going to be something going on, but I was slightly mistaken there.
The gap in the lead has shortened a little bit. It's still, still relatively wide, but 8/10 is catchable. So we'll see what happens in the next couple of laps. Of course, don't forget pit stops are going to be in force. We could be seeing wholesale pit stops very soon. Most people started on that super soft tyre, so they'll be wanting to get rid of those pretty sharpish, one would imagine. But we'll see, starting lap 6 of 20, 15 to go, including this very lap. Ed, Sainty, Alex, you 1, 2, 3. Shaggy, well, in 5th place now as Stevie makes the move on him. Does Mitch do the same thing? No, he doesn't. He has to stay in 6th place. The 2 ART cars swap places. Wesley in 7th place ahead of them. And Bish rounds out your top 10. This is Simtech F2. I'm Kacper, he's Cal, this is International Paddock in the new year. Geldy picks up 3 seconds for track limits as well. Mitch picks up 5th place off of Shaggy.
Yeah, a decent move there, and yeah, Shaggy down to P6 now, but yeah, still remains right on the tail of the car that is now in front. However, in the battle for the
safety car.
I was going to say the battle for the lead gone down to, it was sort of going on three or so tenths, so that is all sort of gone out the window now because safety car deployed. Not sure what
Drive-through penalty.
Have you got any ideas?
Rickster for speeding under safety car. I'm guessing somebody has lost their front wing, so I'm just frantically checking all the cars to see if they have a front wing. Because it is quite often that that a safety car is picked up for a full loss of the front wing. What about Nick? I think that might be, yeah, I think Nick Fury has lost his front wing. Yes, he has. as Rickster retires from the session after picking up that penalty. That's unfortunate. But safety car out in force.
Yep.
And have the front two pitted? No, they haven't.
Yeah, behind them, the pit lane's been pretty busy, but yeah, the top four have all decided to stay out for now.
Now, I don't think they missed the safety car though. Like, I don't think they missed the pit lane. I'm not obviously 100% sure, but I don't think they missed the pit lane.
Yeah, I think it was by choice that they've stayed out. But surely we're nearly at halfway of this race, surely it would make sense to go into the soft tyre here.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, because the softs lasted 14 laps. Because that's how long the sprint race was. And this is sort of, imagine this is lap 1 of 14, I think. So I don't fully understand. But then again, I'm not a racing driver. I've said this many a time. So my strategy decisions can sometimes be questionable. And I don't think it was by choice, because the top two are coming in now. On board with Ed in the pits.
Maybe it was they didn't have enough time to make the decision. I don't know, but yeah.
Bakey has, however, stayed out.
Yeah, as has Stevie as well.
Mitch gets past. Sainty's got past Ed in the pits.
He has.
Oh, my controller batteries are low. I should get some spare batteries prepared. Right, I have 2 batteries at the ready for when my controller inevitably dies on me. Right, lap 8 of 20. A bit of a strategical blunder, I think, by the race leaders. Puts them in 6th and 7th. Meanwhile, Stevie leads the pack. Bakey 2nd. Alex 3rd, considering the pit stop. You know, pit stops and all of that. He's going to be in the lead once the pit stops for the top 2 are taken into account. Mitch in 4th, Shaggy in 5th, Sainty 6th and 7th. That's not looking too good for them, at least at the moment. I am genuinely surprised by the Sainty Ed pit thing.
Yeah, it's surprising how Ed sort of lost so many positions, because teammates out of the race, so it can't have been held up by a teammate in the pit lane. Must just have been pit lane placements or something to do with that.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, listen, it's happened now, so we're going to go into the second half of the race with 18 drivers and a lot of questionable stuff. Could be still underway. Have you seen chat?
I've just seen, yeah.
Ed, the game just teleported him through me when I was ahead on the exit. I thought that as well. I thought that was, pardon my French here, a little bit fucked. But you know, we'll EA making a game that works as intended. Can you sense the sarcasm?
I can indeed, yes.
Thank you. I just hope to God that 25 is considerably better. Because at this point, the only reason I buy these games is to do commentary. I don't even race.
And Nick Schuman's going to miss out because safety car is in this lap and he is still approaching turn 4. So
he's a good way away. He'll probably get through a good little bit before everybody else peels in. But a little bit of a disclaimer as well. It is still going to be saying safety car once we go to green, but that's just the game being the game. It's not safety car right now. Bakey keeping close to Stevie. He does have that super soft tyre, so technically at this point is at a disadvantage. But the super soft tyres still might be working better than most. Green, green, green. We go for the first time in this race. And Ed, Mr. Rocket Ship, as Obi's calling him, he's making a move 1, making a move 2, and is 3 wide into turn 1 with 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Round goes Mitch. Still 2 wide. We're looking on board with Ed. Has to try and move out of the way for contact as we come down towards turn 4 for the first time since this safety car restart. Ed looking around the outside, invites Sainty in for that move. Doesn't manage to work it. Now it's 3 wide almost. Down towards turn 6. He's lost the position to Sainty. Could lose another to... Who is that? Is that Shaggy? That is Shaggy. Now he's side by side with Wesley coming into turn 7. Wesley sort of forces him off, almost off the track ever so slightly. That was an up and down safety car restart there.
yeah, Smogger's AI has been involved in some sort of collision, I think, there.
Sounds like AI.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly surprised. Ed could be making a move on Wesley here. Get the switch back.
Oh.
Nope. Has to overcorrect there. Bish into the runoff on the inside of 13. Through the peril tire, and they're pretty much 3 wide. Up once again. Up at the front. Sainty, Alex, Bakey. They've been at it all night. Let's be honest. And now Bakey's in the middle of this. Shaggy also looking for an opportunity to pick up a move. Ed and Wesley right in the background of this as well. Wesley, you outside of turn 1, 3 wide in the middle of a sandwich is Ed. Oh my word. That is one hell of a, what's the word, like driver awareness from all of them to get around a sandwich. That was insane, and Alex takes the lead as well, but they're still side by side at least a little bit. That is insane. That small girl has joined, and the AI has put him out of his misery. Typical AI. Yay. There's been a, I should add a little bit of context, there's been a glitch lately where sometimes you can leave, you can get kicked out, rejoin, kicked out again, rejoin, and the AI just kicks you out. It just does that. Heavens knows why. I did computer science, but not to this level. I could not tell you. As DRS is back in play here, lap 12 for 29 to go here in Mexico. First race of Mexico week, of course. Tomorrow you got a little bit of a break, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every race is at Mexico, other than ERC 100, which might be. Heavens knows. Ed makes a move on Shaggy. Wesley and Lay Off My Salt are side by side for 6th and 7th. Dams against Campos, and the Campos forces, well, the Dams into a spin there. Are you there, Cal?
Yes.
Okay. I was slightly worried.
Yeah, Bakey is under some pressure from Minden Bean. And Minden up to P13.
I thought Mitch had a bit of a puncture there for a second. Why's that happened? Oh, meant to jump to Ed, not to
Sainty
Mitch.
on the back of Stevie Mac. Side by side they go for P2. Sainty with the inside line.
That could have been so much worse. It's not often that you see him move into turn 12, but very well done from Sainty. Now he's trying to catch after Alex. 2.7 seconds is the gap, and Ed makes a move on Stevie Mac as well before the peril tarda. Now it's side by side, and Stevie's pulling into the pit lane. I think hurrah at last, but he is going to have that super soft cell. So theoretically, that should give him the pace. However, probably won't give him enough pace unless there's like a safety car or something like that, that probably won't give them enough pace to, well, get the podium, definitely.
Yeah, Shinpad's now under some pressure. They're trying to defend, but probably to no avail because up the insole, dearie me.
Round goes Wesley,
Four
round
of them
goes
spun
Shinpad,
around.
round goes Geldy. And everybody's sort of going round. There's some pile-up galore. That is, well, Mitch picks up 10 seconds for a severe collision with Papa Mike Wallace. That was a lot of spins in a very short amount of time. Yeah. And I'm not quite fully sure who caused the initial one, but it's that. But whatever's happened, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time this year, Mike Wallace is in the points at the moment.
So yeah, 4 drivers simultaneously spinning there, and then I think Papa Wallace has hit into his teammate because there was a severe collision between those 2 MP drivers. So
somebody went off there for a moment. That might have been Geldy's picked up a position, so I imagine probably the VAR car as deep goes Mike and Bish holding the outside into 13. Mike cuts the corner. Geldy picks up 10 seconds for cutting a corner and gaining an advantage with that, as well as Geldy peels into the pit lane now, probably, in fact definitely after that, to retire from the race, and that's exactly what he does, unfortunately. That's a slightly childish way of going out, I think.
Well, it was a 10-second penalty for cutting the corner, then another 10-second penalty for gaining a place while cutting the corner, and then the 10-second penalty for speeding into the pits. So that was 30 seconds of penalties, probably within 30 seconds.
Ooh, Maxi down the inside on Shinpad. Geldy's left the session. I don't have access to the general chat in Discord, so I could not tell you what's happened or what he thinks or whatever, unfortunately. As much as I'd love to, don't have access to it. But, you know, make do with what you got, I suppose. On board with Shaggy for 4th place.
Sorry to go slightly off subject here, but I'm celebrating inside because my football team have finally signed a goalkeeper that we've been needing for 6 months. Yes!
Hurrah! Well done.
Haven't seen who, but yes. Anyway.
Remind me, what's your team?
St Johnston. We're 8 points off the bottom of the league.
Oof.
Yeah. We'll not talk about that further.
I think if I'm reading transfer marked right, you have signed goalkeeper Josh Ray, 23-year-old from Airy-Donians on a free.
Oh, he was already our goalkeeper.
Oh, for God's sake, I don't know. I don't think it's... Why do you need another one then?
Because he was a bit of a liability, let's put it that way.
Yikes. News. There is literally nothing about this. I'm looking it up on like Google and stuff, but there's nothing in the news section. But anyway, enough about some bottom tier Scottish Premiership club. Back to. I feel so mean calling them that. To be fair, I support Liverpool, so we're top of the league. So not to toot my own horn or anything. But we're up against Nottingham next, and that slightly worries me. Somehow. And I never thought I'd be saying that. I'm worried about Nottingham. And yet here I am.
and being up another place there for P13, I think, with some DRS there.
And Mitch, yeah, was very much part of the Olympic event called synchronized spinning.
Yeah, you could very much call it that. Yeah.
All we need is some ballet track in the background, and just watch it spin. I might clip that. Woo! I just have a sound effect for every time somebody spins. That would be mean, but that would also be funny. Would it not? I hear no objections.
Edster's just closed in about 6/10 with DRS down the pit straight there.
Oof. It's 4 laps to go as well as we approach the end of the race. If you're wanting to watch more racing content tomorrow, ERC return in Suzuka. It's not quite a full Mexico week, but it's still, majority Mexico week. I'm going to put it that way. Wednesday night with Mike, I think. You've got the ERC Managers race at Suzuka. Thursday on here, you've got Mike with Simtech, who are doing a race around here as well. ERC 100 is with myself and possibly Angelo. Where it's going to be, heavens knows. Friday night is also around here, and so is Saturday night with UCR and RFL, where Jamie will be making his RFL debut for round 1 of a new season, I do believe.
Yes, that is correct. And Alex has just picked up a 3-second penalty in the lead of the race, and he's now under pressure from Sainty as well, who's got DRS. And side by side they go.
Oh, he's picked up a position. The Trident's in the lead with 3 to go. The second Trident in 9th place, still picking up points, is George at the moment. Could be picking up more depending on how penalties shake out. Wesley has got 3 on his bounce at the moment. Mike is on his way to pick up points as well, as long as he can keep within 13 seconds of Bish. He'll be able to pick up his first points of the year. I'm going to snooze the ad break because we're approaching the end of the race and I don't want to be doing an ad break right now. I love the car glitch. Yeah, so do we, small girl. Not much you can do, but yeah. Sainty now leading by 1.1 seconds. Yellow's in the second sector. Wesley dropping down the field. Spin through 4 and 5. Unfortunate to see as the leaders round the final corner, and we've got 2 more tours of the track left to go here at Mexico City, Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, the autodrome of the brothers Rodriguez, if I were to translate that directly, because I'm fancy like that. New NASCAR track, of course, as well, for those of you that may not know. NASCAR is coming down south for the first time in quite a while, for the first time as well, for a points-paying race in the top class as well. So that is a NASCAR first.
Yeah, I've noticed that Apple Walls has got some damage on the front wing end plate and needs to stay within 6 seconds of Steve Mack, already nearly 2 seconds back, so should be a close one potentially here.
I love Mike, I wish him all the best, and I hope that he does genuinely keep it within 6 seconds of Stevie, because I do want him to get points for the first time this year. Oh my goodness, that would be awesome if he does, but he's still got just under 2 laps still left to navigate. Meanwhile, that's not going to help. Let's just jump like this to Sainty. Penultimate time into the Forest Sol. He's got a 1.5 seconds away from Alex, so he's not going to be picking up DRS anytime soon. The win, at least at the moment, seems secure. However, you don't really know, for one main reason, because We've had so many spins, we've had so much happening. Who really knows? Small Girl can't wait for a Saturday debut. You've got Small Girl in RFL as well.
Yeah, a lot of new drivers joined us for the season, so yeah, that should be a very exciting race on Saturday as well as every day of the week.
Other than Monday, because we don't have anything on a Monday. But yes, that'll be a thoroughly good watch. Of course, that's catch him either racing or in the comms box on Saturday night at 8 p.m. UK time, and then Sunday night, of course, to round off the week, you've got Masters at Suzuka as well. ERC had their Mexico round as their season opener at the end of October. Meanwhile, the first full event of Mexico week here south of the border as such. Through the Forest Salt for the final time. We've not seen him in a while. He's made a glorious return this week, I think. And yet, around the Peraltada, he's shown his class and he's shown us how to win again. Sainty wins the feature race here in Simtech F2 in Mexico. Ed takes second place. Alex dropped down to third on penalties. Shaggy fourth. Salt in fifth place. Campos picking up a healthy amount of points. Tiger, Maxi in sixth and seventh at the moment as well, but they come across the line. Well, one of them's just come across the line. The other is about to.
Oh, it's going to be close
without any penalties.
Mike. Oh,
that's what I was about to say. We'll see.
6 seconds.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
He's just
oh
gone
no.
out
Right,
with
come on,
it.
Mike. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Oh, how close? How close? Half a second. Damn and blast. Damn. That would have been awesome to see, but was not to be, I suppose. Oh, sod off. I'm snoozing you.
Well, that was a very eventful race there, wasn't it?
I mean, it was a very eventful, it was a very good race as well. Can't really complain all that much. Mike finishes in 11th. I get points, thanks for the support. Oh yeah, because I forgot it's top 15, I thought it was top 10. Is it top 15, Mike? Or is it top 10? I can't quite remember. Because there's so many different point systems and everything that it's top... Yes. Top 15 or top 10, which 15. There we go. Okay, so Mike still picks up points anyway. Oh my goodness. Right. Breathe, Kacper. Cal, can I get a driver of the day?
Oh. I didn't see who the game gave it to. That makes things slightly more difficult.
Whoever made the most gains, probably someone like Tiger. A Tiger shin pad, maybe.
Right. Let's have
I
a
think.
look.
Tiger shin pad. I tell you what, I'm gonna give it to Ed.
Yeah, I can't really disagree with that. Yeah. Got pole position,
also,
didn't he? So.
Yeah, he got pole position as well. He is also top 10 for the sprint. So Tiger and Wesley also pick up sprint points as well. I should add to that because I've just seen it in the chat. And yeah, there's that. Right, that is it from us here at Simtech for F2 at least. Mike's going to be on Thursday for F1. But that is it from us. I'll be back on Thursday. He'll be back soon, hopefully. And we'll see you soon from London and Scotland. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Cheerio.